If you leave the studio and you pass away, what would you want people to know you or remember you from?
Fuck, I'm gonna look both ways when I leave now.
We got Lucas T-Dot in the motherfucking building.
I do artist management. That's my main bag. I mean, that's what I got into the business with about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
But since then, I've started my own marketing company, my own record label, and recently a publishing company. And I just kicked off this music academy.
Book publishing?
No, music publishing.
Okay.
Because, there's fucking money just buried everywhere. I feel like music is maybe 10%, and the other 90% is the game. And that's where I get busy. There's lots of artists that make great music. And especially in Toronto, man, it's like unbelievable amount of talented people. But they're only focused on that 10%.
Lucas T-Dot is in the building today. He is a artist manager. You don't do development. You don't develop their art, their craft. You just put them in places where they could.
I do a little bit of everything, man. I have multiple different companies all in the music space.
Let's go.
I do artist management. That's my main bag. I mean, that's what I got into the business with about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
But since then, I've started my own marketing company, my own record label, and recently a publishing company. And I just kicked off this music academy.
Book publishing?
No. Music publishing.
Okay.
Right? And because, there's fucking money just buried everywhere. Motherfuckers don't know where it is. And I happen to know where a lot of the shit's buried, and I got a shovel. So let's go get it.
Let's go. Let's go.
And then just recently, man, I posted something on my Instagram about 2 months ago because I was a bit overwhelmed with all of the motion. And I need some assistance. Like, we're talking about cloning ourselves. So I was like, you know what? Since we haven't figured out this cloning shit yet, I need an intern. And I just put up a post on my story, and I was like, hey, looking for an intern. Last intern that I had makes $100K a year. And bro, I was overwhelming. Like, I needed an intern to even respond to all the messages. I had like 300 people reach out just from the story post.
And what does a day entail of an intern?
And it's a lot of different things, man. Depends on what the intern strengths are. I ended up hiring 2 guys from that post.
Let's go.
Right? But the reason I brought that up is because it made me think like, shit, I've always kind of wanted to do some kind of, when I make it to the top of the building, I want to send the elevator back down. You know what I'm saying? Which I feel like a lot of people don't do. So that kind of inspired that like thought that I've been having of like launching some kind of a music academy, which is what birthed the OSS Music Academy, which is live.
How long? So this is your music academy prior to this, or were you?
This is brand new.
This is brand new.
This is brand new.
Cool.
Yeah, never been done before. And like even the concept of it is kind of new. It's dope, man. I mean, we're putting everybody together.
How's reception so far,
buddy? I did 7 Zoom calls today with applicants, and I think 8 yesterday, and I got another 10 tomorrow. I think we've had over 4. I haven't checked today, sorry, but I think we have over 40 applicants so far.
By the time this airs, it'll be like 2 days before your thing goes live, your school goes live, academy rather. What are the things you're not looking for?
Things I'm not looking for?
Yeah.
I'm not looking for anybody with a bad attitude or somebody that, that lives off of excuses or,
What kind of what are the as an artist manager? What type have you heard?
I mean, a lot, dude, a lot, man. But I'll tell you what I am looking for, man. I'm looking for, essentially like just trying to build some infrastructure for the next round and next wave of artists coming up in the city. I went on a podcast recently with the We Love Hip Hop guys, to defend the statement of, Toronto rap being dead.
It's not dead.
And, and respectfully, I don't think it's dead. And I think that,
it's evolving.
And shout out to the guys, that they're the most consistent podcast in the game.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think they're great for being consistent. But, that was the argument that that I was on the other side of. It's like, nah, man.
It's content.
It's not dead, brother.
No.
It's far from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, on that podcast, I alluded to Casper having a massive 7-figure deal, which then has now happened.
Are you associated with him?
Yeah, I work with Casper, on a couple of different things, man. And his brother K Money as well. So anyways, what I am looking for is, that just building some infrastructure for that next wave. And just also,
Are you looking for artists who already have things in place?
It helps if an artist already, has some experience recording music and has already kind of built up that muscle. Like they've already been shooting in the gym and they're kind of ready for those ball runs. That helps because, you know, that's where my strength is too, is like, you know, once we have the music sorted out, which I've been saying this for a little while now, I feel like music is maybe 10%. And the other 90% is the game. And that's where I get busy. You know, there's lots of artists that make great music. And especially in Toronto, man, it's like unbelievable amount of talented people. But they're only focused on that 10%.
Yeah.
And then the other 90% is where I think a lot of people are kind of missing out on, right? And the other 90%, like I said, it's the game, it's the rollout, it's the strategy around dropping it, it's the creating the content, it's, you know, doing interviews with people like yourself and like telling your story so people can get to know you. It's being creative with your marketing strategies. It's letting Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Boomplay, Distro, you know what I mean? Like all these different people, letting them know about your plan and how you're rolling it out. You know what I'm saying? And like cutting through the noise right now is becoming more challenging because there is an overwhelming amount of artists, right? And if it's a whole lot of out nows and a whole lot of check out my videos,
Yeah.
like I'm in the music business and I'd be scrolling through that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, how are you cutting the noise? Like I just did a content reel with an artist I'm working with named Fully Bad from Jamaica, super sick artist. And like, you know, we made a reel about me hitting him with a car. And we made it look real. Made it look like he was crossing the street, hit him with a car.
Okay.
And then it flashed to like the reel.
Yeah, yes, I saw that.
You know
one.
those like hooks, right? So it's like, and that shit worked. It went viral, you know what I mean? And like got tons of shares. Like you know, like blogs are posting about it. There's like YouTube did a whole thing about it. And like,
crazy.
I'm seeing all this shit, man. And like, but like, that's how you're cutting through the noise. You got to be creative, right? Which I think is a good thing, right? It's forcing people to be a little bit more creative. Because unfortunately, like just really good music isn't enough anymore. People, I would argue, are, you know, more fans of the person itself as opposed to the music. You know, like you can hear a song that you like, and you can like a song, but is there a fucking reunion tour for a song you like?
So like the allure of like the mysterious artistry, like The Weeknd, is that over with now?
It's a good question. It's a good question. And, you know, I could sit here and say, yeah, if The Weeknd came out in 2026 and did what he did back then and was mysterious and didn't post and didn't show his face and, you know, kind of stayed off the net, you know, would it work still?
I don't think so. But
I mean, The Weeknd is so fucking talented. Like, I want to say that he would break through no matter what because he's just so fucking dope. But, you know, it is difficult now. You know, and like you're competing against guys that like, you know, are making TikToks endlessly. And like this whole conversation about gatekeepers, it's like, what fucking gatekeepers? Who's stopping you from posting on Instagram? Who's stopping you from posting on TikTok 10 times a day? Like Justin Bieber posts his album, I forget what the number was, like 57 times on release day. And you got guys out now and then ghost for 3 weeks until the next one. Come on, man. Don't and those are the same guys that are saying, "Oh, the gatekeepers," and bro, come on,
it's hilarious.
Get to work, bro. Get to work. Get creative.
No, I hear you. I'm in the same vein. We gotta post like 3-4 times a day, or you know what I mean. Like some days, honestly, I just don't feel like posting. I go maybe 24 hours, but then right after, I'm like, I'll do like 8 of them. But no, it's definitely a drive thing. It has to come down to a drive thing. It has to. Would you work with an older artist? Somebody over 35?
What genre?
Hip hop, boom bap, R&B, whatever it comes up.
When did 2 Chainz pop? Was he 34?
That's right.
34?
Yes. And Killer Mike won the Grammy in his 50s.
I think that, you know, hip hop's in a unique space, man, because it's been around for a long time now. Like when it first came out, it was like, there was no, like, we didn't know how far it was going to go, right? Because it'd never gone there. But now it's there. Like you got Jay-Z's, how old is Jay-Z?
Almost 60.
Almost 60. Selling out arenas.
Yeah.
You know, I think Jay-Z's been able to have such a long career because he's evolved. He's not like talking about chipping on the block anymore, right? Which is what he kind of came up on, is, you know, being a bit of dope boy, making money, which, you know, I super rock with old Jay-Z. But, you know, he's evolved now. He's talking about, you know, owning businesses and making good investments, and like he evolved with his fan base, which is why he's been able to rap for fucking, what is it, 30 years?
Yeah.
God damn.
Over.
So we're, you know, is that I don't even know what you call it, contemporary hip hop.
Well, I'd like to call it. I've coined the name of it is it's mature rap.
Mature rap.
Yeah.
Talk about getting money.
Yeah.
Right.
Mature rap. You know. Yeah. Is there a lane for that in Toronto?
In Toronto, Toronto's a small market. In as a whole, there's a lot of talented artists that come from Toronto, but as a whole, you know, when we talk about in Toronto, is there a lane for it? I don't think there's a lane for much in just Toronto, right? Let me explain, because, you know, I do see artists from Toronto that are exclusively focused on Toronto, and that's a big problem. If you're only focused on your backyard or trying to be the guy in your block,
Which is bizarre.
the ceiling to that is very low, dude. Like, aim way bigger. Like, take this shit like Omar Lynx, who I mentioned to you off camera, who's the first artist that I ever started working with. He went double platinum in fucking Norway. He's never been there. Never been there, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he's like,
To this day?
to this day, he's never been there.
Dude, he owes
day.
he owes them a tour, dude.
He does. He actually does. Like, one of his songs is like a fucking national anthem there.
Come on, he can make some. Norway's not like I've had buddies who like reported from there, and it's not a random country. It's fun out there.
Yeah, super fun. But I say that, like, my point is like, it's a fucking big world out there, right? And when you're in Toronto and you're competing against other Toronto artists, like, you can fall victim to kind of being similar. And like,
I've noticed in the last 5 years, everybody's been sounding the same. All the kids are sounding the same.
Now let me put you this way, right? So imagine I'm like, oh, this artist is up next. Oh, word? Like, yeah, he goes to the same Toronto club every weekend. He hangs out in Toronto all the time, doing regular Toronto man shit. I would sound crazy, wouldn't I? I would sound crazy.
Yeah.
But if I'm like, yo, you got to check out this artist. He was just in Paris. He just went to England, did XYZ. He was in Atlanta with so-and-so. He was in LA doing XYZ. Okay. Now that's a guy that, like, I don't sound crazy saying he's up next. So if you want people to have conversations about you being up next, you got to start moving like you're up fucking next. Get out there, man. Hit the bricks, my boy. You know, you can't be sitting in Toronto in the basement complaining, brother. Like, that's not going to do anything for you. The internet's great.
Yeah.
And we can get a lot done on the internet. But you got to get out there and fucking move around, brother. Because, you know, when people say, oh, it's a Toronto thing, I think it's a everybody thing. It's a psychology thing. The second that I see an artist that I kind of have my eye on, and I see him in London at a show, maybe opening for somebody, or he's in another major music market like Paris.
This is going to be leading to my question,
right?
actually.
That's when it's like, okay, it's starting to make sense now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think that it's a psychology thing. It doesn't even matter how you got there. You could have paid to open for that artist.
Sure.
It doesn't matter.
Sure.
I'm seeing you on fucking stage, rocking the show, and now it's like, okay, this is becoming real, right? So, I mean, that's my advice to artists as well, is like, don't.
But when you say it's like a psychology thing, but what about like a lack of infrastructure in when it comes to the venues? There's not a lot of venues.
We have a major venue issue. We do. Shout out Lee's Palace. That's the only venue that accepted Northside Benji for his tour. Fuck. We ended up doing 2 shows there. We sold 1,400 tickets. Blew that bitch out.
Security was good and all that shit.
Incident free.
Yeah.
Not a single fucking problem. Very proud of that.
Yeah.
But we had to go through about 6 venues that canceled or just said no.
Oh, fuck. So you were behind all that? All those, I always see it posted on the blogs, like literally his show gets turned down last minute. How do you guys go through that? How do you guys deal with that shit?
Well, what I've learned through doing this for quite some time now is, unfortunately, like, we need to work with the police on these things. You know, we need to make sure that, like, safety is our number one priority.
Of course. I don't want to go to a club and get shot.
No, nobody does. We want to go there and make some money, have some fun, and, you know, make sure everybody has a good time so we can fucking come back and do it again and do it bigger.
That's right.
Right? And so the next guy can do it.
That's right.
And we all grow and everyone makes money. The merch guy's making money. The security guard's making money. Everybody's making money. Let's do that instead. Right? All this other shit's fucking up the bag.
I think also a perimeter security could also be a thing. Just a thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that too.
Like one block taken care of. I don't know.
But sitting down with the police and having a meeting with them prior is an unfortunate reality I think that we're in now in order to get it done. You know, I did Robin Banks' only show that he ever did.
Yeah.
And I had to do that. I had to go and sit down.
Was he in the wheelchair?
No.
Oh,
this is before. Yeah. This is at the Mod Club.
Damn.
And, the first show we announced got canceled, and I had to go meet with the police, pay them their bread.
Security fee.
Yeah. It's 2 cops plus a supervisor. So you got to pay 3 cops. It was like $3,500, which was my profit on that show.
Yep. Real shit, bro.
So it was a break-even show, and we were sold out.
It's worth it.
Which is kind of crazy. But hey, we got fucking done, bro.
Yo,
and then
break even? That's fucking worth it. People don't know. People don't fucking know.
Yeah,
they don't fucking know how fucking great that is. You break even after a night like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
After a change of venue and having to pay cops, and we still broke even, which is great.
Fuck yeah.
But no, there is a major issue with venue owners in Toronto that just they're scared off. But like, brother, you go to a fucking rock show and these guys are beating the fucking shit out of each other.
Yeah.
These guys are fucking fighting and they're throwing up on themselves, and you know what I mean? It's just like
broken noses.
This isn't a fucking hip hop is, you know what I mean? Like fucking fights happen everywhere, brother. It's alcohol. Alcohol and human beings mixed together. If the ratios aren't right, it can go south. Like I was in the nightclub business before, brother. When I looked around and I seen like a 80-20 ratio in favor of dudes,
it's always a fight.
It's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what so it's like, I mean, maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but like, you know what I'm saying?
So I was gonna say this again. It leads into the infrastructure venues. One venue in the Greater Toronto area that offered you a spot. You were in the nightclub industry. Do you see a change like that happening in Toronto? Where because like you're like Little B. Remember Little B? A rapper from California, Little B.
No.
Okay, so there in California, people make $100,000 like rap, like low grade artists make $100,000 a year US, which is probably like 120 US Canadian. They do it off of touring, off of doing like 3 shows a week.
Yeah.
What's holding back dudes? Them doing that.
It's the venues, I think, first and foremost, man, and them just being on site with it. I think we just need to have more successful shows like the Benji show that we did in Toronto, where like 2 nights back to back sold out, incident free. That was in October.
Okay.
We need to have more shit like that, where now they can't say nothing when there's an incident that happens. Now it's this is the problem, brother. Like I had like 5-month runs at my club where there wasn't a single fight. Like it can happen. If the vibe's right, it can happen. You know what I mean? If it's run properly, if security's on board too, like, a lot of these security guards are out of their fucking minds.
Yeah. Some of them are power trips.
Some of them, like, they got demons, bro, and like they're there to fucking work them out at the club. And it's like, no, this isn't the place, brother. Like a word that I used a lot with my security was defuse the situation. When there's a problem, you don't go in there and throw fucking gas on it, dickhead. You're fired, bro. You're fired. Like when there's a problem going on, you walk in there and say, hey, man, like what's the problem? Let's separate the motherfuckers. I'm going to talk to you. What happened, bro? What's going on? Reason with them, bro, and then diffuse it.
Yeah.
Right? We just need more of that too. I'm not saying like all of them. There's tons of great security guards out there that are out there doing the right thing and diffusing the situations. But, it's some more of that. So maybe some more training on that side. But
is there any misconceptions about you online or in the zeitgeist?
About me?
Yeah, about you. Like any misconceptions that you want to like be like, yo, this is I'm not who you think I am, or I'm not saying there is. I've never heard anything. I'm saying, do you want to address anything, if anything, out there?
I mean, dog, I've been good.
Yeah.
There's not like too much negativity around me, brother. Like I've worked with a lot of different artists from a lot of different neighborhoods, and there's been some conceptions of me maybe being or favoring a certain side, or it's like, brother, like I'm kind of like I'm on the business side. I'm not inheriting nobody's problems.
It's crazy.
Right?
It's fucking crazy.
And like, yeah, I mean, why would I?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I'll deal with the artist directly, and like, and that's hard for some artists to understand, because it's like, yo, I have beef with this guy, so that's now your beef, and it's like, brother,
that's crazy. I'm
not interested in that.
I'm
interested in putting some fucking money in your pocket so you can get out of this situation and focus on what's important.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a misconception maybe, that like, I may favor certain sides.
Oh, yeah.
Or, I'm seeing with these guys, so that means, ooh, you know what I mean? So I'm on the business side.
Yeah. See, that's beautiful that you brought that up. Like, because like, if some kids watching this, they can see that you're not. That's not who you are.
No,
great.
I'm actually like, I'm trying to help these motherfuckers, man. When somebody's in the hood and they're making $2,000 a month from their music, like that's not enough to move out of the hood. It's definitely not enough to move their mom out of the hood. I can assist. I can turn that 2 maybe into 8 or 9.
There's no shame in that, bro. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. I don't see any shame in that.
I feel zero shame.
You're a consultant. You're consulting these people how to get these kids how to fucking make money. It's how you
making sure that they're financially literate, not leaving them in the dark. Like that's a misconception too with managers. You see some man. I watched the Elvis Presley movie on the fucking plane, and this guy's manager just fucking cooked this guy. Like Elvis died broke. Cooked him. So that's a misconception too. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of horrible piece of shit managers out there, but it's never been my bag. I enjoy, like, I like sleeping, bro. Like, I really like sleep, and I'm not going to do no shit that's going to make me lose sleep.
Yeah.
I'm going to do good business. I'm going to do right by people. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to oversimplify it, bro, but, don't be a piece of shit.
That's straight
right?
up.
And then you get to sleep good, man. That's your reward. It's great, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
Over here, fucking turn and toss and turn. Worried going out, like, oh, maybe so-and-so will see me there. Or maybe he talked to this guy. I
can't go to this restaurant.
Yeah.
No, thanks, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
No, thanks.
There's nowhere I can't go, respectfully, where I'm feeling like, oh, I might see somebody here. You know what I'm saying? Because
That's a good feeling.
I do good business,
that means you're not doing shady shit, so it's good. It's all good.
Don't be a piece of shit.
Straight up. I now also want to go into what I find really funny is when you see artists, rappers who gloat a special lifestyle online, and then when so and so person does pass away, there's like a GoFundMe, and like the guy had like hundreds of views, hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views, and it's like streams as well, doing well. It's like, bro, you didn't take care of this correctly. I've seen that quite a number of times, and not just in Toronto, but like all the world.
When an artist who you have the perception is popping, and when they die, they need a GoFundMe. Is that your point?
Yeah.
Saying that the money maybe isn't where it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's important to be literate in your business as an artist. The days of being a dumb artist and not knowing your business. Come on, man. You can Google some shit. You can reach out. When somebody's a piece of shit, bro. Come on. If you're asking questions and they're brushing you off, like that's fucking red flag, bro. You know what I mean? There's lots of people online you can reach out to who have, are business literate in this music shit. And especially from like every city, I think there's guys that are out there who are successful that can give you some good advice, Like I've had artists reach out to me, ask me questions, and not on some like, yo, manage me, just on some like, yo, bro, I'm in this situation. Like, can you break this down for me? And I will give them, my analysis of what I think and try and help them out, bro. Like, what's that take? You know what I'm saying?
Is Toronto the new Atlanta? Because I went to New York a couple weeks ago. I was asking locals in Harlem, is Canadian hip hop running the game? And they're like, what the hell? No.
Toronto's the new Toronto.
Toronto's the new Toronto.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, all respect due to Atlanta, all respect due to all these other major music cities, man. They're all got their own vibe going on, their own. Like, New Orleans has a great music scene. I went down there and linked some artists down there. Holy fuck, man. Baton Rouge is a crazy place.
Yeah.
I linked with this dude named YD the Illis. And who else was down there? Nino Calvin, a bunch of different artists I think down there. It's a whole wave, crazy, and like there's lots of pockets like that, all over the world that are bubbling. But Toronto's new Toronto, man. I don't think we need to be compared to anybody.
That's what's up.
When I travel, and I say I'm from Toronto, I see the posh. Oh, you from Toronto? What's going on? What's in the water over there? So you see the posture change, like bro, like. Because when you actually break it the fuck down, bro, like we dominate in pretty much every genre. For a very small country, it only has 30 million people or 36, whatever the fuck we're at now.
40 million now.
Right?
Yeah.
Look at every genre. Every genre, like EDM, okay? Deadmau5, one of the best, okay? Hip hop, brother. Drake's the biggest artist in the world.
Yep.
End of discussion.
Yeah.
Right? Weeknd, biggest pop artist in the world.
Shawn
Mendes. Shawn Mendes. I can keep going. Shawn Mendes.
Oh, another. Yeah, Shawn.
Come on, don't sleep on Shawn Mendes. Alicia Cara, Jesse Reyes, Party Next Door, Tory fucking Lanez, Nav. Bro, and now let's get into some other genres. Like, what about rock and roll? What about Bryan Adams and Celine Dion? Like, we got mad goats, bro.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Nickelback either. Nickelback gets a lot of hate. No, that's a big fucking band.
No, you know what? I fell into that trap. 5 years ago with regard to the Nickelback hate, but the other day I was driving for like 5 hours, and I put on
his photograph.
Dude, I put on the Nickelback playlist.
Okay,
out of this world.
I mean, I've never really listened to them like that. They come on the radio 1-2. I hear the tunes, but Canada is dominating in damn near every genre. Okay, so motherfuckers recognize that shit. I didn't even mention Justin Bieber.
Nope. The GOAT.
You see what I mean? There's so many. I actually forgot Bieber, bro.
Yeah, because he's not really Canadian. He's like Justin Bieber. He's no longer Canadian. He's not even American. He's not even a human being. He's Justin Bieber.
Bro, he's his own entity, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we got some, like, real stars, and, like, why is that?
The Weeknd is also like that. The Weeknd is also in that realm.
Why does such a small country generate per capita so many fucking superstars?
So I have a theory. The California accent is the Canadian accent. Or sorry, the Canadian accent. So the Californian accent and the Canadian accent is basically the same. If you ever hear like the upper class in California, they all sound like they're from Canada. They all sound like they're from Canada.
Okay.
And it's also our education system. It's a little bit better than the U.S. education system. The Weeknd, I don't know his story, but he probably went to music class in high school. Focused on that for like a couple of years or two. That shit they don't offer that shit in the U.S.
I seen the Weeknd tweaking at Dundas Square at a young age on a video there. So I don't know. I don't know.
Singing when he was singing.
He looked young and he looked like he might have been tweaking. But
that was when he was making the mixtape. That was. But I'm saying but I think it's the education system.
So education.
Yeah, education system.
Okay.
And also
what else?
Our accent. I think our accent.
But the accent gets lost in music, don't you think?
So I feel like
I didn't even know Adele was English until I heard that bitch talk.
Yes, because again, it's the accent. I feel like even in the movies, the accent you hear on TV in every movie is damn near the Canadian accent. It's not an American accent. American accent varies from region to region. I mean, Canadian accent only varies a couple times, 3 to 4 times, but not as drastically as the U.S. accent. I'm standing on this hill. It's the accent. Our accent? Our accent is the universal accent of the world. People like Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Gosling as well, and the other girl from The Notebook, all Canadian, and their
Lindsay,
accents.
what's her name?
I forgot her name.
She's from London, Ontario. Yeah. I forget her name too. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she's so fucking hot. But yeah, I know.
So you think it's the accent? I would more lean into like it being very cold here, and when it's cold, what are you doing? You're fucking locked in the house.
I'm watching TV.
You're in your feelings. You get time to like when you're in fucking Miami, bro. You don't have a fucking moment to think.
Mm-hmm.
You're outside every day. You're at the gym. You're moving around. You're shaking. Like, when do you actually get a moment to decompress? I mean, that's why a lot of their music is party music, because they're just fucking partying. I feel like, but in Canada, you get this moment to kind of you reflect on things because it's cold. You get that time. I think that's where that like signature like Party Next Door R&B comes from, because like, you get time to like unpack certain things, and that makes you a little bit more creative, or maybe a little bit more in touch with your artistry. I think that's one point that we have. But it was cold in New York too.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe because
I feel like it's our education, dude. It comes down to the education.
What if it was like on a psychological level, because we got like a little brother syndrome
that we always have to fight?
I'll tell you, like, I'm better at my job because I realized at a very, very early stage in my career in the music business that Canada's small, Toronto's not big enough. We got to fucking move around.
Mm-hmm.
And I started traveling, bro. Like, my record label's called Roadman because I stay on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my passport's flooded. I've been to Europe 25 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not Norway yet?
What's that?
Not Norway?
I've been to Norway.
You've been to Norway?
I've been. Yeah, on tours.
Damn.
But yeah, not my guy Omar.
Oh, man, he sucks.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I learned at an early stage in my career that moving around is super important.
So you're like a digital
because Canada's not big enough.
Yeah.
Because it's a small market. So it made me way better at my job because I would move around and I would be, you know, when I'm moving around, I'm making connections with people in different countries. I'm working different. Like I'm not sitting back like I got everything over
you're
here.
the best club in the town.
Right? If I see somebody that, you know, he looks like he might know something, or he's plugged in and, yo, what's good, man? What are you saying? What do you got going on? It's that kind of vibe of like, yo, I'm only here for a few days and like, I'm trying to get these links, you know, like, what do you got? Who are you? Like I linked with the CEO of BET Paris in 2017 and that's my dog to this day. We still talk. You know what I'm saying?
Random.
Like, you know, like, but like, bro, I would have never, if I just.
Were you walking around in Paris?
I grew up in a city that was big enough that could support my artists, would I have traveled as much? Absolutely not. I don't think so. But I think because I realize it's not big enough and we got to move around and now we're doing collabs with, you know, guys in the UK. We're doing collabs with Paris. We're moving around. I'm going to Egypt. You know what I mean? I did a collab with a guy in Italy. Like we're moving around, bro, because, you know, we're kind of forced to in a sense. And I feel like that gives us a little chip on our shoulder, makes us hustle a little different. You know what I'm saying? It's like we weren't born into a situation that's already patented for us. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
No, I get it. Totally get it.
That's why I think. I think the combination of cold and Canada not being big enough, so we got to move around and get it, has made us better players. That's my theory.
That's also a good theory.
Yeah. Education, I don't know. I don't know if I'm with you on that one.
No?
You mean it's the hill you want to die on? Go ahead and die on it, bro.
I feel like the education's a tad bit better here. Yeah. You know, because like a lot of like ever seen those videos where they go up to Americans and they ask them like what country is this and that, like that. You try that with a Canadian kid. Try that with a Canadian kid.
You're right. That
shit won't happen with a Canadian kid. But do you see yourself managing content creators in the future?
Content creators, that's interesting. I've actually like done some business with some people in the space. Like I've worked with comedians, which I would consider content creators. And yeah, absolutely, man. Listen, if there's a business to manage here, I can get on board. Yeah. You know, it's like at the end of the day, man, it's like something like a brand new artist might not quite understand yet is like, there's nothing to manage yet. You're not making any fucking money, bro. So what are we managing here? You know what I'm saying? Like for a manager to even make like a decent wage, you know, if you're making $10,000 a month, your manager's probably making about $1,500. That's not enough to survive on. So now you have to have other clients, et cetera. And like the time you're putting in, is it worth it? You know, if you got a few clients and the guy's making 10 grand a month, which is good money, you know, $1,500 is, you know, okay. Right? But it's like, if you're making $0, what am I managing?
Yeah, true that.
So if a content creator is making, you know, 10 or 20, there's a business there.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And like, hey, man, like there's always, you know, different ways that you can get involved, man. Because it's not always so black and white either where it has to be like, okay, I'm managing you and this is it. I'm handling all your business. Maybe there's some plays that we can set up. Maybe I can get you a brand deal. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could help, you know, curate some shit that you're already doing and just add some gasoline to that motherfucking fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out my boy, Captain, Your True Captain.
Yeah.
It's my dog still. Like him, man, I seen him doing his fucking thing. Like he's super active on YouTube. Like he's got like 1 million subs now or some shit. Like he's out of here. And I was like, yo, man, like just set him up with 6Buzz, got him on the red carpet at the Junos, and he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't manage him, but like shit, there's a play there. I'm gonna set it up for him.
No doubt.
You know, so I mean that's
what's your affiliation with 6Buzz?
I manage everything on the music side with them. So like I distributed their first 2 projects and, you know, and just helping put together.
Oh, so you took care of the
first 2 albums.
The Caps. Oh yeah, Casper. Okay, cool. Did Top 5 have an album there?
He did.
Okay.
He did. I wasn't around them times, but he did. Right now we're working on a project with Keystone, super dope producer out of Toronto. Really excited, man. Like we just got the track list. It's fucking nuts.
The future, I feel, is going to be pay-per-view everything. You know. Do you see
pay-per-view everything?
So for now I'm talking on the side of the content creator, like say for example, a short sketch, 20-minute sketch.
Okay.
You pay like $4 for like 8 of them. Micro what is it? Subscriptions.
See, I don't know, man. I think that like if your shit is fucking dope and you got eyeballs looking at your shit, you don't need to charge. You can make bread from you know what I mean? From all the exposure that you're providing for whatever sponsor you have. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing mad views, like we got Smart Water on the fucking table. Now Smart Water's got to fucking pay us, right? I would prefer that business model over like making the customer pay or the viewer. Sorry, I shouldn't even call him a customer, but making the viewer pay. I don't like that business model.
Subscription models.
I don't like that either.
No.
I don't like that model. I would rather a sponsor. I would rather a big ass corporation that wants to get in front of these audiences. There's a fucking, okay, now they're paying and now you can just make the content. The end user, the viewer doesn't got to pay nothing. They can just enjoy the content. Yeah. I prefer that business model.
Are you happy?
Am I happy
right now
about life in general?
Yeah.
I'm actually very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I'm super happy.
And you got you have the,
this motherfucker said, "Are you happy, bro?"
Yeah, why not, bro?
All right, you know what? That's a nice
not,
Are
bro?
you happy?
I'm happy. I'm happy,
You're
bro.
happy?
I'm happy right now.
Good,
yeah,
man.
I'm happy right now. I'm pushing harder.
Good.
I feel like I'm about to get to the next level. Yeah, I'm very happy.
Good, man.
Very
What a great question. Are you fucking happy?
Yeah.
You're all living things. This is a saying I heard. All living things are either growing or dying. And I'm growing, baby.
You know
what growth is? That's what it's all about, right?
And I feel like age doesn't even matter anymore.
Absolutely not.
If you take care of yourself,
bro.
you're good.
It's all relative.
Just don't eat too much sugar. Skip on that beer if you need to. Yeah.
I'll be on my fasting bag. Be fasting every day, doing 16-hour fast.
Yeah. Do you drink beer?
Not really, man. Being in the nightclub business, brother.
Oh yeah, turned you off.
I drank enough for 10 lifetimes, even the nights where I'm like, not drinking tonight. And then like, oh man, I drove 30 minutes to come chill with you, dog. Have a shot with me. It's like, man, I'm not drinking tonight. You sound like an asshole. Okay, I'll have one. And then one turns into a fucking bottle and then we're going. You know what I'm saying? So I drank enough. I actually very rarely drink now. It's only pretty much exclusively when I'm celebrating, which is, still kind of often. But
yeah.
But I'm not the casual, I'm sitting at home drinking beers by myself guy. I've never really been that guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't go out like that no more either, man.
Yeah. So are you finished with the, for your academy, the lineup or? No,
man, we're still actually getting, to this day, we're getting people applying and we're going through all the applicants, man. So many fucking interesting, talented people coming out of the city and from different walks of life, whether they want to be an engineer, a producer, a DJ, a fucking artist manager, an A&R, or
because it's not just for
artists. Yeah, it's not just for artists.
So everyone wants it. Okay, cool.
Okay, what's really fucking dope about this program, where I feel like it stands out, it's like I created a program that I wish that I had when I was coming up. Nobody really showed me the game. I had to learn some hard ways, right? So it's like, this is that. It's not a fucking classroom. So even calling it like a school, almost, because there's lack of a better word for it. Because it's like in a school, you think like, oh, you're sitting down, you're taking notes. Like, we don't do none of that. Okay, you come in, you're with people who are in the game today. We're fucking assisting you put together a fucking body of work that you can walk away with at the end of it, right? There's no like, oh, I'm walking away and I learned some stuff. Like, nah, man, let's get to work. Like day one, we're working now. Yeah. Okay, what's your brand? What are your strongs? What are your strengths? Let's lean into those things. You know what I'm saying? Developing a whole rollout strategy so they can actually walk away with something. And then we build this like little micro team around them. So like you have your own like in-house manager. And that's somebody who's going through the business program that we're coaching. Right? So it's like none of this shit's theory. Right? So it's like even as
practical shit.
Even as the guy who's going through the music business class, now he's learning, okay, he's booking the studio sessions. He's working with the videographer. He's doing producer splits with the producers who are in the program, right? And like dealing with the record label and working out the splits for that. And then, okay, now we're developing the whole release strategy and rollout and putting together the content. And like they're learning all this shit in real time, as opposed to this theory. They're actually doing the thing. And now they have something on their resume. It's like, okay, like I fucking managed these projects. We were able to fucking release this much music because, you know what I mean? Like it's all about how many bats you have too, bro. Like I've got like maybe 700 bats now. That's how many records I dropped.
That's crazy. I want to ask: are music videos over?
Music videos?
Yeah.
No.
2 minute. How long? 2 minute longs. 2 minute and 30 seconds. Because what I'm seeing and what I've noticed a lot, because I deal with a lot of rappers, a lot of artists too. I don't know, artists, rappers, whatever. A lot of the popping guys I find are doing 30-second clips.
I think that while you're in development, it's a different strategy, right? If you want to be discovered by somebody, you don't have that. You can't have the 2-minute fucking intro that Kanye has on his song sometimes.
No.
You just can't. But Kanye can because Kanye's developed his artistry to the point where the masses know who the fuck he is and they're going to tune the fuck in.
Yeah.
Right? So I wouldn't say it's dead. I think it just depends on which like stage in your career you're at. Like if you're in development, man, you don't cut out the long intros. You know what I'm saying? Like even if your song gets added to a playlist and you got some shit intro, people start skipping that shit, that fucks your whole shit up. You don't get to stream till they get to 30 seconds.
No.
So you could be in the hot list, but
People's
your
attention spans
motherfuckers
are
be
like 10
skipping
seconds.
your shit.
Yeah.
So
Attention span of 10 seconds.
So I think
crazy.
it's, when you're in the stage of development in your career, I think it's important that, you make some like real strong content that can grab people that, is designed to, be shared and can have growth. And you want to do something that, that breaks through all the fucking noise. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think music videos are dead. I think once you get past that like development stage and now you have real fans and when you have real fans, like, when you got shit popping, when motherfuckers like, where's the album? It's like, okay. Once you start seeing those comments, where's the album? You're in a good spot. Now you got real people who are checking for you that want more. That's when you can start to get into like some of that more artistic kind of shit that like, maybe a longer form stuff or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I don't think videos are dead yet, bro. I don't know if they ever will be. I think there's always going to be a space for,
the question is the length of the videos. I've noticed them going down drastically, like 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, I get it. Because again, like, we got these nerds who are reading stats and it's all about your skip rate and your save rate and how long did they share it? When did they share it? Like all this data is fucking available now. So it's like they're reading this shit and they're like, yo, bro, motherfuckers be skipping your shit at 35 seconds, man. You got to trim that up. I
feel like too much data has been our downfall.
But like, sometimes like, you can let all that shit go too, not to be too much of a purist, but
no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. I think the days of like having a 5-minute music video when you're being discovered is not a great idea.
No,
potentially.
No.
But if it's 5 minutes of straight fucking fire, I would like to argue that it's all good.
Do you do you think Drake is going to pivot into acting or just more music? I would love to start seeing him in movies now.
He's actually a pretty good actor.
Well, he did.
He is. I know he's
right?
in his bag, bro. Like he's actually mad funny. People kind of sleep on how funny he is.
But I want to see him play like
like a starring position in a movie.
Not necessarily starring, but like a supporting actor or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
I'd like to see that too, man. And I think people would tap the fuck in.
Yeah.
He
something crazy like Vietnam or Iraq vet or some shit like some random
like something that's kind of like really shows his level of acting. He's not pretending to be this like exaggerated version of himself.
I don't want to see that any longer.
Right.
I've seen it with
I'm still here for that shit. But like, I remember I was managing Pressa and he invited Pressa out to tour with him in Europe. So I went out with him. And, he did 10 shows at the O2. This is when he turned the O2 into O3, right? Yeah. Crazy. And before he came out, he played the trailer for Top Boy. Right? And I was like, what's the connection? It turns out like he invested, like that show they had done one season, then it got shelved. So he was like, this show's great. Like we need more of this. And he, from what I understand, he put some bread up or he got behind it some way and like relaunched the fucking show.
Yeah.
So like he's a guy that like definitely gets, that's not the only time he's done something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I know he super fucks with, a lot of productions on that side. So it'd be nice to see him get in front of the camera too and not just support it from behind the scenes, which I don't think he gets enough fucking credit for. Like he does a lot of really dope shit behind the scenes that like motherfuckers don't know. I don't think there would be seasons 2 and 3 of Top Boy without him.
I'm starting to have a new appreciation for Drake. I used to be a Drake hater. I'm not going to front.
Yeah, I don't understand that, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I'll
It's
never
not like it's
understand
not like a out front hate. Like because my fucking all my playlist is like Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I had Drake fatigue for the longest time. Drake fatigue. I can't hate on him any
Drake
longer.
fatigue. That's funny. I never heard that expression.
Just a little bit, you know what I mean? But I love his music. I love what he's been doing. I just want to see more depth of him. Like if I feel like at this point of where he's been in music, I feel like he's like on the Jay-Z level, and Jay-Z fell off at this point in his career. This is Blueprint 3. If you look back, this is when he did all those tracks with everybody else, like from the Kid Cudi, the Drake was on that album. That was almost damn near 20 years ago. Or
Wow.
yeah. So that being said,
It's funny, right? Like, it's that, like, retiring too soon or retiring too early. It's that game, It's like, should he have just hung it up, or like, did he
even
do
Michael
those?
Jackson took off a 10-year or 5-year. Even Michael Jackson did.
Right? I mean,
I would love to see.
there's something to be said about longevity. Like, there's a lot of LeBron haters, but like, brother, he's fucking. What the hell is LeBron? 43, 42?
Yeah, I think he's like just 41, 42.
Right? He averaged how much this year? 18, 19, 20? Right? Yeah. Come on, man. Like, there's something to be said about longevity too. And I think Drake has been hitting half-court shots for a very long time, and he continues to do that. And I feel like that the longest break that he just took before dropping these 3 projects, I think it made people realize like how much the game needs him, bro. Because he keeps it interesting, man. And like I
really enjoyed Maid of Honor.
He's the best artist in the fucking world, bro. I don't give a fuck. I'll say it. I don't know what's the problem with saying that. It's not even debatable.
He's the most versatile rapper artist. Like he's checking off every box. All 3 albums was basically saying, yo, look, I can do everything.
Yeah. I mean, hey, man, music is subjective, so you can have an opinion about his music, but we can't not say he's great.
He's absolutely great.
Like,
but I want to see his acting chops.
Yeah, more of that.
I want to see more acting chops.
When he was on that show,
Office Movers.
Yeah, he did a fucking great job. That shit was mad funny.
But that's how he probably acts in real life. So like I want to see him being a stepfather, or you know what I mean.
You want to see him not do the exaggerated version.
No, I want
to see him get into some characters which I think he's capable of.
He is absolutely. Yeah, he's an actor by trade.
Yeah.
So one more question before we go.
Yeah.
If you leave the studio and you pass away,
dark.
What would you want people to know you or remember you from?
Fuck, I'm gonna look both ways when I leave now. What would I want to be remembered by?
Yeah.
I think just how many people that I've been blessed to connect with and assist, and on so many different levels. Like there's people that I've connected with that. Maybe I got a phone number for them that they needed, or I got them a record deal, or, I'm speaking business wise, of course, but I think I want to be remembered for the amount of people that, I was always just straight up with and was able to help. And, it's a good fucking question, dude. How do you want to be remembered? Fuck. That's a good question.
Because and honestly, we're all doing it for some legacy, somehow, some way. You want your descendants to say, Daddy Lucas did this. We're here because of Lucas.
Damn, that's a good question, bro. I feel like I want to actually process that for another few seconds. That's a good one, dude. Nobody's ever asked me that.
I'm on my BBC shit, bro.
Yeah.
CBC, Canadian shit.
I want to be remembered. Good question. I want to be remembered, just for being generous, I think. For being straight, for not being a bullshit kind of guy that, has to lie. I've always been a very honest person. I've always stood on fucking business. I've always stood up for what I believe is right. Right or, whether, it's right or wrong and, on whoever's eyes, what I believe is right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Never bending on some bullshit, I want to be remembered for for touching a lot of people and helping out. You know what I'm saying? And being, fuck, that's a good question, man. I'm trying to fucking wrap it up with like a clip. But it's like, I want to keep going, man. It's good, man. That's a good one. Shit. What do you want to be remembered for?
It's my podcast, not yours.
All right, let me just process it another few seconds then. That's good, bro. Damn. You're in your bag, dude. That's deep. I didn't know we were getting deep.
Well, expect the unexpected.
It's good. It's good to be surprised. Keeps you on your toes.
You know what? No. You know what? Keep it for when I post the clip on IG and TikTok and YouTube. And when you remember, just comment. Just comment.
Comment what I want to be remembered for?
Yeah.
I can just ChatGPT that. That's too easy.
I use Claude. Yo, this is a Steady Mobbin Podcast. This is Black Mob having conversations with people you can't talk to and saying things you cannot say. I got Lucas T-Dot in the motherfucking building. And we out, baby. Burr, 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 burr.
Meow, meow.